Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. Thank you as always for tuning in. Just a couple of announcements before I dive right into your reading focused on ex-partnerships. So right off the bat, of course, this reading is for those who are interested in wanting to reunite with an ex-partner. I'll timestamp these down below so you can just fast forward if you're not interested in listening to the intro portion of this video. So I just wanted to mention and apologize because these are late. I meant to post them last week, but my daughter ended up having her baby and therefore I am now a grandma for the very first time. She's such an absolute blessing to our family. She's healthy and beautiful and we're so blessed. So that's one reason. And that following, or last Friday actually, we ended up getting the second dose to the vaccine, the COVID vaccine, and first night was pretty much uneventful, just had a sore arm, but then the following day ended up having like a low-grade fever and just really lethargic and just out of it. So I just didn't have it in me to do any readings that day. And so here I am Sunday trying to knock these out and I feel definitely a lot better. So that's one announcement. And also, just for those who are unaware, these two decks are actually on sale. So the deck shop link is down below. And it's the version without the gold edging for the Tarot Teacher. And it's the Silhouettes deck without the silver edging. So those two are on sale if that's something that you are interested in purchasing at this time for the entire month of May. All right, so I just wanted to get that out of the way before we dive into your reading here. All right, so let's get going. All right, Gemini, so let's get into your reading focusing on ex-partnerships and will your ex return. Starting with this deck, my He Said, She Said Oracle. We'll go ahead and grab a couple of messages from here. Each card contains two messages, actually, one for the masculine, one for the feminine. Take it for how it makes sense for you gender-wise. If it's reversed for your situation, focus more so on the message. Okay, so let's begin, Gemini, and see what comes through here for you on ex-partnerships. And this, of course, is for those who are interested in reconnecting with an ex. All right, so grabbing this one. He said, when I fall in love, it's forever. She said, I'm yours forever. Okay, so you guys could have certainly discussed this or felt this way when you were together. Let's grab one more. He said, I'm really bad at commitment. She said, why do I always attract men who are bad at commitment? So that's a clear indication perhaps as to why you guys are not together, because you are dealing with an ex who just wasn't looking for anything solid. You know, they weren't wanting to commit. They weren't wanting to perhaps get married or think even long term. All right, so that could have been the issue right there. You know, maybe making some empty promises, telling you that they wanted to be with you forever, but they couldn't deliver. That as well could have been an issue. So let's go ahead and add a couple more cards here. I'm going to pull from this deck by Angelic Revelation 144. This is the Divine Domestics, Soul Connections, Challenged Relationship Messages deck. Angels and Spirit Guides for Gemini. What else do we need to know at this time? So, someone was really bad at commitment here. The silence is so unbearable between us. I wonder if you are punishing me because of the 3D challenges, or did I push you away due to believing the obstacles in our lives were too great to overcome? I surrender and trust in God and divine timing. If it's meant to be, it will. There you go. That pretty much explains the situation for some of you. The silence, so you guys are not talking, you're not interacting, you're not conversing in any way. The silence is unbearable for this person, and maybe you feel it too. 3D challenges are being brought up, so clearly that's possibly what's going on for some of you. And then bottom of the deck, you are my muse. If you only knew how much you have inspired me. Darling, you are my masterpiece. I wish I could let go of fear to tell you and show you how much you inspire me. So despite the distance and time apart, the separation, you still inspire your ex here, Gemini, and maybe you feel just as inspired by them. That could go either way. All right, so let's grab a couple more cards. I'm going to pull from the Issues deck by Fire Witch Tarot. So what we do know right now is, because it appears that the masculine was bad at commitment here, and we might have a feminine who seems to attract that type of relationship. It's like a repetitive pattern for some of you. And going back to this card, you know, he said, when I fall in love, it's forever. But if they didn't actually say that, that's because they were bad at commitment. So it could have also been the feminine who walked away, giving the masculine the silent treatment, pushing the masculine away because they're not good at commitment. And it could have been this distance and separation. This could actually be a message from the masculine saying, you know, you inspire me, you are my masterpiece. And they've just got their fears and apprehensions getting in the way of why they're unable to communicate this to the feminine, I feel. All right, so let's grab a couple issues from this deck. We do have victim, feel sorry for me, woe is me. Okay, so take that if it applies. That could be how your ex was wanting you to feel sorry for them. Let's grab one more. And then we've got bullshit storyteller. Their shit don't add up. Bullshit detected, lies after lies. So this could have also been a part of the issue. For some of you, take it only if it applies, of course. So part of the reason perhaps why some of you guys are not talking to your ex is because they were not being truthful with you, because they were bad at commitment. So I really kind of feel here that you're giving them the silent treatment. You're not talking to them because they weren't truthful with you. And so once you detached, once you left their life, all of a sudden they realize, you are my muse. If you only knew how much you've inspired me. But if you guys are not talking, they're unable to communicate these things to you, you know? All right, so let's go ahead and add to this with some messages from tarot. So I'm going to pull from my tarot teacher. So they could have been lying to you repeatedly in the past, possibly just telling you what it was that they felt you needed to hear. So now you guys aren't talking. Is there an opportunity to reconnect? Because I'm assuming you're watching this reading on your ex because you want them back. So we've got a card here. I'm feeling like it's wanting to come up in the reverse, so that's how I'm guided to read it. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles. Some of you guys could be focusing on an earth sign here. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. It's a great card in the upright. I'm just intuitively feeling just the placement of it, that it was wanting to come up in the reverse. So this is instability right here. You know, it's a lost opportunity that you guys couldn't work things out or come back together. We do have the World. So a cycle completed between the two of you that brought you guys into separation and distance. But there are new opportunities, new possibilities that might help you guys find your way back towards each other. Divine Feminine, you're coming through as the Queen of Cups, someone who's very compassionate and caring. Use that intuition and trust it. You know, what is it telling you when it comes to your Divine Masculine, especially now that we know that more than likely part of the reason for the separation is because they were really bad at commitment. So perhaps if they do try to reconnect with you in the future, you're going to know or intuitively feel that they're reaching out because they're ready to commit. We've got the Star coming up next. So some of you guys could be dealing with an Aquarian here, but this can apply to any sign, of course. There's still hope that is representing itself here, Gemini, that you and this person can find your way back to each other. It's still coming through as a fulfilled wish. And part of the Star's energy is perhaps to guide your person back to you, or you to them, or both of you being guided towards each other. Interesting. And part of the really cool correlation between these two cards is that it has a lot to do with inspiration. So again, going back to this card, I wish I could let go of fear to tell you and show you how much you inspire me. And this to me is clarification that eventually they will be able to let go of those fears, because this as well represents inspiration that somebody feels to be able to create movement in a particular situation. And we're focusing on a partnership here between two people who are not together. So I'm just feeling guided here, Gemini, that this ex will find their way back to you. You will find your way back to them. Let's grab one more card here. One more card. We've got the Nine of Wands. Okay, so some of you guys could be dealing with a fire sign. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So no doubt, whatever it was that caused you guys to drift apart, it tested both of you. It tested your faith and your belief in this connection. So maybe right now you're really guarded with where things are at because they lied to you, because they were not the committed type of person at that time. But you guys, I feel, can overcome these obstacles. Because the Nine of Wands, you know, it's resilience, it's grit, it's having the courage to perhaps give this another chance. Learning from what ended up not working before. So maybe at this point, you guys are more mature, you have a different understanding of the situation and what ended up not working before, and hopefully avoiding those things and talking about it openly and being honest about it. No more lies, so that you guys can work this out. Look at this. And then you've got the Knight of Cups. So I feel the masculine who was bad at commitment is now ready to come forward and wanting this relationship to really be more permanent. They're coming through with this very romantic intention towards the feminine. The Knight of Cups is known for following their heart. And part of following their heart is wanting to reconnect with you. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some dialogue messages here. So I'm going to pull from my X Oracle deck. Some of these messages could, of course, be coming from you, Gemini, and some of the messages from your ex. And for my cross watchers, the Gemini could actually represent the X. So let's take a look and see what needs to be expressed here. Take whatever part of it makes sense as always. What needs to be said? I'll always be here for you, even if it's just to be your friend. Okay? So, I mean, of course, there's no guarantees towards reunions and reconciliations, but I have a feeling here this ex partner of yours, Gemini, is letting you know that no matter what, they'll be there for you. Even if you don't ever accept them back into your life romantically, they'll always be there for you, even if it is in a friend capacity. Let's see what else. I won't ever forget you. Yeah, no matter what. It's one of those connections where I feel neither of you will forget the other, you know? We're perfect for each other and you know it. So you guys could have actually been a perfect match. Very compatible. My heart will never beat the same without you. And then bottom of the deck, I'm willing to try again if you are. So the ball is in your court here, Gemini. If you're willing to try again, your ex is also wanting to give this another try. All right, so one last message from the Lover's Oracle deck for Gemini for this reading. What's the final advice from Spirit and from your angel guides? Whoa, look at that. We've got twin flames. Your passion ignites, and bottom of the deck, look at that. You've got manifesting miracles. So some of you, maybe you already know that you are on a twin flame journey with your ex. Twins do go into separation. It's more common than you might even realize. And manifesting miracles, your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. So miracles are definitely blessing this connection, whether you feel you're on a twin flame journey or not. And there's a really good chance that there will be a new opportunity for you guys to reconnect and find your way back towards each other. All right, Gemini, so that's where I'm going to leave this one. Hopefully whatever part of it made sense for you helps you out at this time. And if you're interested in your own reading, that info is down below. That's it for now. See you next time.